Hello everyone, hello traders, good evening, good day. Today we will have a special webinar about a recap of this day, of last week, and possible trade entries during the upcoming week. I think that this sort of webinar will be held each Monday, and maybe later during the months we will see if we will expand it maybe also on Friday, and we will see that. It depends on you, of course. So just before I start with my presentation, I would like you to hear and welcome Mr. Mikhail. He will say a few things about platform, about trading, and then I will proceed with my webinar and special recap of three major currencies. Those are euro dollar, pound dollar, and Australian dollar, named fiber, cable, and Aussie. So stay tuned, and we will see you very soon, just after Mikhail finishes with his little presentation. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you very much for this wonderful introduction, Nenad. Thank you very much. I'm very thrilled to talk to everybody this evening. I do have a very special little presentation today, but before that, my name is once again Mikhail Onohov, and I'm a client relationship manager for Admiral Markets. Here you see my email, my phone number, and also my Skype. If you have any questions or would like to speak to me about anything at all, please do not hesitate to contact me. I'm always available for you. Also, if you want to add me on LinkedIn, you can always run a Google search on my name. The first link will be my profile. I encourage you to add me on LinkedIn as well. I'll be happy to see your connections. Today's webinar is going to be very, very special. I think this is the most important webinar I have ever hosted. I promised all of you a little surprise all throughout the last week, and today the surprise is going to be here. We're going to be speaking about a very important aspect of trading, and at the end of the webinar I have a very special announcement to make. So let's go. Today I wanted to speak to you about motivation. It has always been my understanding that a person who wants to become a successful trader should approach Forex not only from an analytical or technical perspective, but should also pay attention to a psychic and motivational side of your trading activities. In one of my webinars, I have spoken about success. It is proven that your success in trading and in life depends not only on your intellectual capabilities, but much rather on your ability to motivate yourself to do the right thing day after day, year after year. It's not about as much as you know, it's about how much you're willing to work on your knowledge. Of course, achieving such motivation is a lot easier said than done. In recent times, there have been a number of books and trainings that claim to help you achieve a long-term goal by motivating yourself throughout visualization and self-affirmation. Unfortunately, a number of experiments have shown that none of those techniques actually work. Therefore, I'm not going to ask you to close your eyes and imagine yourself sitting somewhere in the Caribbean, maybe in a bar, with a suitcase filled with cash. It will not work, and this webinar will not turn you into a successful trader by asking you to repeat, I'm a successful trader 25 times. It doesn't work this way. You have to do things differently to be successful. But what I want to teach you is a technique that is extremely useful and is proven to help people stay focused and motivated towards long-term goals. I'm confident you will be able to use it not only to become a successful trader, but also in all aspects of your real life. Does the idea sound good? Well, I bet it does. And I'm basing my presentation today on the work of Professor Richard Wiseman. I think the surname speaks for itself. It says wise man here, so if there's any professor you want to believe, it's Mr. Richard Wiseman here. Before we start, let's do a little interactive test. Here's a number of popular motivation techniques. Every single motivational guru out there would recommend one technique from this list. So have a look and try to think which techniques you think are the most successful to help you to achieve your long-time goals. One of those goals would be success in Forex trading. So you can make a perfect plan. You can motivate yourself by focusing on someone you admire. It can be Richard Branson or Warren Buffett. You can tell other people about your goals. You can think about the bad thing that will happen if you fail. You can try to suppress your negative thoughts by not thinking about it at all. You can rely on your willpower, and you can record your progress. Out of those techniques, 3 techniques are scientifically proven to work. They're scientifically proven to help you achieve your results in long term. So I want you to think about 3 techniques that you would use, and let's compare the results. I hope that all of you have your techniques ready. Those are the techniques that have actually scientific proof and scientific grounds underneath them. Those techniques work and they will help you. So let's go through by one technique to the other. First, you must have a perfect plan. You don't walk around and then suddenly find yourself on the top of Mount Everest. You must have a plan first. Break down your long-term goals into a number of short-term goals. A step-by-step process helps to eliminate fear and hesitation often associated with trying to achieve a major life challenge. Remember, those goals must be concrete, measurable, and time-based. It is like when you're looking for a new job. People with a plan who know that they're going to rewrite their CV in the first week and then say, apply for 5 openings every week for 6 months, they achieve their goal because they have a plan. A big aim broken down to a number of small achievable aims is what you want. You want to have a perfect plan to achieve your goal. Number 2, you have to tell other people about your plans. Of course, we all know that there is a risk because you can look like an ass if you fail. But if you leave yourself no opportunities to dodge your responsibilities, you will most likely achieve success. If you know that everybody knows that you're trying to achieve something, you will work harder because you don't want to look foolish in front of them. So it is proven that going public with your aims greatly increases your chances. Plus, you will always have the additional support. Number 3, you have to record your progress. Even though your aim is to become a Forex millionaire, it is safe to say that you are not going to become one in a week's time. It may take you a month or 2 to become a millionaire. But not being able to achieve your goal does not mean you're not getting closer or moving to the right direction. Bodybuilders, they have a track system, so they track their performance. They record the amount of repetitions and weights. So you might not turn into Arnold Schwarzenegger straight away, but it is very rewarding to see the weight and the amount of reps rising. You know that last week you've only been able to lift, say, 100 kilos, but this week it's 120. You see that you're getting stronger, and this is very helpful. So you can use the same approach here, and even though you still cannot buy a football club with your Forex earnings today, you will know that you are taking necessary steps into the right direction. So let's recoup. If you want to be a successful Forex broker, we are ready to help. This is what we're going to do for you. Today, we're starting a very special Forex program. It's called Trading Camp. Amount of participants is going to be limited, and our email is camp@admiralmarkets.com. If you want to join our camp from next week, all you have to do is the following. Since we already have a lot of interest generated to this, towards this promotion, you will have to write 100 words or maybe 200 words about yourself. Think about yourself in a year. There's special aims that you want to achieve with your Forex career, with your Forex earnings. So describe a person you want to be in a year, describe a trader you want to become in a year, and send this description of 100 words to camp@admiralmarkets.com. You will have to open a real account and deposit $10 into it that you will require in your week number 4, in the week number 4 of the camp. So if you're intrigued, I'll tell you a little bit more about the program. What we're going to do is we're going to combine all three things we've spoken about into one. Look at this. Right now, we have a spreadsheet here. This is a spreadsheet which is going to be your daily plan for 3 weeks. We are going to put you on a 3 weeks program. You're going to receive literature, strategy, and personal coaching. No other broker has anything even remotely similar to what we are trying to do here. Every one of you is going to receive personal Forex coaching. Look at this. This is a plan you're going to have. Everything is broken down into weeks. So you will be able to put everything down into this spreadsheet to generate yourself results. And you will be able to see how your profits are rising through time. As weeks follow, you will receive different strategies, and you will be able to try different strategies to see which one of them works for you. You will be able to compare your results with different strategies, and you'll see which one have generated you the most profit. At the end, you will be able to talk to your personal coach and determine what Forex style suits you the best. As I told you, this program is going to be limited towards a certain number of people. So if you're interested, write a small essay about yourself, 100, 200 words about the trader you want to become in a year, and send it to camp@admiralmarkets.com. After that, we'll select the most interesting traders and accept them into our program. Think about it. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a very difficult, very challenging program. It's going to be 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks, you will be a totally different trader. That's guaranteed. We'll be running this, I'll be telling people about this promotion throughout 5 more webinars this week. So if you're planning to visit the webinars tomorrow or on Wednesday or on Thursday, you can count 5 or 10 minutes later. You're not going to miss anything because it's going to be the same presentation. But make sure you think about it, make sure you tell your friends, and make sure you write to this email address, camp@admiralmarkets.com. This is something new, something totally different. Don't miss out on this opportunity because it just might be your lucky chance to become a Forex trader in 3 weeks. Thank you very much for your attention. I hope we're going to see a lot of feedback from you guys. We have already a lot of interest, so hurry up. Your essays better be good. But for now, I'll pass the microphone to Nenad, and he will continue with his presentation. Thank you very much, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mikhail, for your great presentation. So that was a special surprise given by Mikhail, and now we will continue with our webinar special recap of 3 major currency pairs, namely Euro-dollar, cable, British pound-dollar, and Aussie. So now pay attention to this, what I will be saying. Maybe some of you may be a little bit surprised by this, but you know, that is basically the market. So let's start first with Euro-dollar. So what do we have in here with Euro-dollar? It's very, very nasty to trade Euro-dollar today, because not just today, basically it's been very rangy since this rise. If you see in this template, I have included my red levels. Those are red levels, and just along with those red levels there are non-standard pivot point indicator. It's basically a pivot point indicator which defines daily and monthly and weekly support and resistance levels and so on. But what I'm focused more is those red levels, which I have manually put on my template. See, every pair has those red levels. Those are very important historical levels of support and resistance. And to be honest, guys, this trading Euro-dollar was much more fruitful than trading cable. last 2 weeks. Why is that so? Because basically, if you are a trend trader, you will notice a big consolidation. And now we can see on 4-hour time frame, we have basically a rectangle formed in on upper levels. That's the rectangle. These two from 50 fib to 00 fib is basically a rectangle. Until the range is broken, we don't have a trend. Level lines are manually put. I will answer your questions later, but those red levels are manually put. I have calculated it myself. Those are historical levels of support and resistance. So basically, what I'm trying to say, what I'm implying is, you need to be very, very careful with this rectangle. Now, what I see here on the chart, if we zoom in, let's say that we zoom out to daily chart, we can see a nice uptrend on daily chart. Why I say it looks like uptrend at the moment? It looks because you see those bullish bars. Those bullish bars are just bigger than those bearish counterparts. You can see the bullish engulfing bar. This red candle, this is just an indication of inside bars. So don't look at the reds and blues. Those are just indicate inside bars. I will tell you why I look at inside bars. So just for the moment, concentrate on daily time frame. For the full perspective, of trading, the currency pairs of intraday trading, we usually look at 4-hour, 1 hour, and 50-minute time frame. Daily is just for the reference. But in this case, we can also see, if you pay attention to MACD indicator, that MACD indicator is building thick green bars above the zero line. Okay, it's above the zero line, right? So that means that we are basically have an uptrend on daily chart. Now, the problem is that this high, which basically sits at 35.64, and this high, which basically gives 35.68, has not been broken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bars. So those are 9 bars in a row. What I'm thinking about, I thought that maybe today 35.50, and I wrote it on my analysis. It was indeed good levels for all of you who shorted 35.50. It was good level to short. But now, until Friday comes, NFP, I'm not sure that we will really have a big break of the range. Now, what happens is that if we have a range, and this is also a range on daily chart, also a range on 4-hour chart, that means that after the storm, after the calm, there is usually a big storm, right? There is usually a big storm. And I expect a breakout. Whether it will be to the upside or to the downside, we will see. But now maybe if this candle today, daily candle, does not close lower than 35.15, my red level, I'm not sure if we will have a breakout to the downside. So we need to close, the daily should close below the 35.15. But now, from the looks of it, it looks like the day is still on, but from the looks of it, it looks like this is a bullish candle. And this will indicate a further thrust of bullish trend. If you follow my analysis, so okay, I said 34.50 could be a good level to short. Why I chose 35.50? First, because around 35.50, it's a whole number. First of all, it's a whole number, and basically At 35.58 we have also monthly resistance, but also if you watch this range around just in between 35.40 and 35.50 there were historical sellers. How can we determine historical sellers? It's not very hard. You just watch the pins around the tops. So this is, you see, 4-hour chart. Okay, let's zoom into daily chart. Let's zoom into a weekly chart. You see all of those pins suggest that around there we have historical sellers. Even on weekly chart there was a big selling and big bearish pattern here engulfing. It was at 3rd of February, but this weekly indicates that around 35.50 there have been historical sellers. Daily chart also suggests that around 35, 40, 50 there are also historical sellers, right? Look, 1 pin, 2 pins, 3 pins, inside bar 4 pins, 5 pins. This is also an indication of a possible trend reversal. Why? Because this is spinning top pattern. You have learned a lot. This is a spinning top, okay? So there are also historical sellers around those levels. And there is a confluence around 35.50, 58, 35.50, all at the upper boundaries. Also, by trading Forex last 4 years full time, I have also learned that if the breakout doesn't happen in the next 2 or 3, 5 days, well, that could be a possible sign of reversal. Today is Monday, so today it could have been really good chance to short around 35.50 and to drive price lower, at least below the 34.73. But that didn't happen. And now, why didn't happen? You see, the price has been stopped at 38.2 retracement, just above 34.73. Important number. My number is 34.70, but let's say 34.73, more or less is the same. And you see, 1, 2, 3, it's basically a triple bottom. With those candlesticks, it makes historical buyers around those levels, right? So there are historical buyers around those levels, and the price is indeed stopped at that precise level, 38.2 retracement of the last swing high. Now, what I suggest is, now we may try. Some of you maybe closed 35.50 low short trades. If you closed in a profit, very good. And now maybe I would suggest again buying into dips until NFP. NFP will surely mark the beginning maybe of a new trend or a complete reversal. There are two possible setups which can be found at this particular chart. So on daily time frame, it says go long. On 4-hour time frame, it says again it's a bit of a range, and it's very nasty range. It's hard to trade it, but we need to determine the direction. Let's say that we could from tomorrow start to buy into dips, but where? Not if euro makes a clear close below 34.72. I would not do that, because if it breaks below 34.72, that will be okay. Just prior to my explanation, I need to tell you today is Monday, and Mondays are not very good for analyzing a potential trades for upcoming days. But let's say from today's perspective, if the market doesn't go to through 34.72, we could possibly have a long trade around 35.15 and around 34.90. Go with your money management. Don't go with over leveraging, because you may need to have multiple entries around 35.15 and just about 32.72, let's say around 34.85. Okay, and stops are tight. Stops are below this last week's low. Is 34.61, so I would place a stop around 34.55. It would be a hard stop. Okay, hard stop, because once we break, if it's a big break below 34.72, it will probably bounce around 35.50 and then go lower. But for now, what I see at the moment is we still have a chance to go into buy into dips mode and then sell it higher. So entries could be taken around 35.15 and around 34, this where it says 34.83.85. It's 38.2 retracement. So for that particular trade, we can go buy into dips mode or very close sell into highs. The highs are around 35, 50, 55, 65, but it depends. At the moment it looks very bullish, judging from this candle and this daily candle. It looks indeed bullish. If you are a fan of breakout trades, I can suggest that you use, of course, inside bars for trading. How we do that for breakout trading? Let's point this inside bar, and from the looks of it, we still can say that we are in uptrend. Rectangle is the formation which marks a consolidation in uptrend in this example, because rectangle is found at the very top. If rectangle is found at the bottom, we say it's consolidation at the bottom, so the breakout of this rectangle will mark a continuation. So let's say we have inside bar at 4-hour time frame. This is particular time, 10:15. Then we zoom into 1-hour time frame, and we see multiple inside bars because there are no volatility. Just prior, just around London Open, we can see this inside bar has been formed at 9 o'clock. It's a London Open on our platform. How we trade it? Because we are in uptrend, let's say, and we are indeed in uptrend, we don't need to take counter trend trade. We just mark the high. The high is 35.11, and at the break or around 35.13, we take the breakout and we place 5 pips, stop 5 pips below the low of inside bar. It's 35.98, so it's 34.98, so it's 34.92, 93. And we can see that 3 hours later, okay, it's 1 o'clock, it's 4 hours later, the candle has been broken, so and it went just at 35.40, 35.44. So that is how we can trade those London breakouts, also by placing inside bars and by spotting inside bars. So for this recap of euro dollar, I can say you can try to counter trend trade around 35.50 level with stops above 35.68, so I would say 35.72. And if you want to go with the trend, you can buy it just around 35.15 or 34.85. Okay? So that is a recap for euro dollar. It's a bit hard to trade, I can say, because there is a consolidation. But again, guys, we need to trade something. If we don't trade euro dollar, we can switch to cable. Cable has been much better for trade. Why is that so? Because this is the trend. And now sometimes if we get stuck into other trades, we cannot trade other pairs just because we were stuck in other trade, and leverage or maybe a higher leverage on other pair doesn't give us a chance to trade properly. So what I would suggest is you can switch also to cable. Look at this. This is a trend line. And you see how cable follows it. It bounces also. What you can do is insert channels, equidistant channel. And let's say that we put equidistant channel. It's almost the same as my red channel line. You see? And you can see the channel. I will delete this one. Okay, this is the channel, equidistant channel. So it marks, this is clearly uptrend. The price is in channel, it makes thrust pullback pattern, zigzag pattern, that is trend pattern. And what I can suggest is wait tomorrow till 10:30. This is very important for trading the pound. Look, this is red news. Red news are very dangerous, but it can be also our friend. Why is that so? Because on 10:30 a.m. GBP will get a manufacturing PMI. If the price is in green, there will be a jump, possibly to around 62.30. What we do then? We enter on 15-minute time frame and mark the retracement. So from the bottom to the top, from the left to the right, and we want to take a long position after the retracement. Okay, we want to take a long position after the retracement. If the news is going to be good. So mark the beginning of that spike, news spike, and then mark the, when the spike has been done, then mark the top, and then wait for the retracement. At around 50 or 61.8, you can enter a long trade, placing your stop around 88.6 fib retracement. If the news is going to be bad, the pound will drop. The pound will surely drop. Now, what I suggest is we can fade the move because we are still in a big uptrend, and the target for this move is 62.30. This is the target for this move. I don't think it will be reached today. I don't think so. That is why we need to stick with the trend. We still have the chance to buy lower. So if the news for cable is going to be worse, we try to trade just above 60.93. If the pound will drop heavily, we will try to place our orders just around 60.93. Now I will remove this. Let me see. This is Fibo, delete. Okay. Now what we do is let's place Fibonacci retracement from this level, let's say to here. And what we have is we have a nice supporting level around 61.15. This may be a possible entry for that move if the news for the cable will be bad. But if the move breaks through 61.15, we can try to long around 60.93, 60.95, and then that will be there will be possibly the price will be around there. So we don't want this price to be broken. So we can place the stop, tight stop, just below 60.80. So that would be an ideal setup, long around 60, 95, placing the stop at 60, 80, and trying to get a 100 pip move. But we will see tomorrow what will happen. The first thing is, if the news is going to be good, then wait for the retracement after the initial spike. The initial spike may break 62 level. If the news is going to be bad, wait for the big pullback, then try to enter along, because we are still in a big uptrend on cable. So mark those levels. Mark those levels. 60.93, 61.84, 62.30. 62.30 is a big number. Okay? And now finally Aussie. Now we have a big downtrend on Aussie. We have a downtrend on Aussie, and we still have a retracement to the upper side. My setup would be to sell, hopefully around 93.75, but if we don't reach a level, it's around 39.60. So anywhere from 93.60 to 93.75, keeping a tight stop around 94. Because you see the channel, we have a channel. This is equidistant channel again, and it's perfectly followed by a trend. We also can spot some head and shoulders around there. See some head and shoulders around there, and the break of 93.13 will again be the possible move to 92.50 and 92.15. So my bias on Aussie is to short into rallies, right? So 93.75 can be, or anywhere just around 93, anywhere from 93.55 to 93.75 could be a good way to short, because if you see it, we are still in a downtrend, and that downtrend aims to test 92.15 level. 92.15 level, because if it tests the level, it will be a nice formation of, again, of head and shoulders pattern. So then it will possibly jump to 93.13, and we can short at the top of right shoulder. Now we can also see some form of head and shoulder. It's not perfect, but we still can and we still have the right to short around 93.30 now, 93.50. It's valid short. I don't see it. It's very valid. So why don't you try to use the possible setup for shorts? The height of today was 93.54, but again 93.50 or if it breaks 93.60 can be a good way to short it. For a small stop, just place your stop just above 93.75. Let's say 93.78, 79. So you can short around 93.50, placing a stop just above this red level line. So again, to recap this possible setups, euro looks like we can long, and we can also short it. Short around 35.50 to 60 with the very tight stops around 35.72, and long around 35.15 and 34.85 with stops just below 34.70. Okay? Cable is you know what I think about cable. Very good for shorting if the price reaches 62.30, but that will be a counter trend trade. But if the news for cable will be bad, then we wait for a possible long setup around 60, 95, 90, 61, 95, 93 level, placing the stop just below. I would place the stop just below 60, 70. Not below 60, 60, just below 60, 70, because that is an uptrend. If this low is broken, we might go down. and if the price hits this level first, 62.30, you can short it if you want to counter trend the trade. But if you want to go with the trend, wait for the spike. Draw your fib retracement on a 15-minute time frame and wait for the price to hit either 50.61.8, then you can try to go long. So it depends on the news. You always need to check your calendar. So tomorrow we will have, you see cash rate, well, here retail sales on Aussie. The Aussie, I wouldn't dare to trade it now, but what can we do? Okay, cable 10:30, and for euro dollar it's 4 p.m. ISM manufacturing. But I think that the main event, of course, will be non-farm employment change. So we will this will be the main event. So Friday, and until Friday, the price may range on euro dollar longing the bottoms, shorting the tops. Cable is a long anywhere from 60.93 or a possible short with tight stop around 62.30, but don't go, this is a counter trend trade, so we don't go with many pips. I would say 20 pips and get out. So we are really in uptrend. And Aussie shorting, of course, but again we have Aussie news, we need to wait for Aussie news, but for the time being it looks like 93, 55 to 75 are a good way to short it. First, it makes and it fits into overall picture of Aussie dollar. You see the overall picture of Aussie dollar, but it also fits into overall channel because we have an equidistant channel line. You see the price has almost reached the top, and then on 4 hour it dropped. If we zoom into 1 hour time frame, look, it's almost perfectly rebounded off the top of the channel line and of the 93.42 pivot point for Aussie. So what I'm applying is shorting the Aussie, longing the cable, and possibly longing the euro, but also shorting the very tops until 34.70 has been broken, 35.70 has been broken. If 35.70 on euro dollar is broken, we will go to test next level, and that is possibly, I said 36.10, then possibly the way to 37 is opened. But that, if that happens, that will be on Friday or just after the Friday, if that happens. And also pay attention to 34.70, the lower boundary of this range, and the clear break of 34.70 will give us a pull the euro dollar down to 34.50, 30 and 34.20, and what I say 33.85 possibly. But for that moment we need a news release. We cannot trade it without some fundamental shifts. Okay. Now guys, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I will answer it. This is a special recap for tomorrow price action. And if you have any further questions, okay. Monthly, daily, weekly pivot points resistance. This is a proprietary indicator. I have paid for it, so I'm not sure that now I have the right to tell you about it. But I can point you if you send me email, or you can Skype me or send me a private message on Facebook. I can tell you where you can find it. Because now we are in a live program, I'm not sure I can tell you, because it's a proprietary indicator. It's not mine, or it cannot be found freely over the internet. But I can tell you, just email me on Facebook, not problem. So that is concerning this question. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I think we will have more of these recap sessions over our trading days. I will be really pleased to assist you. So don't go anywhere and stay with me. Now I'm paying attention to this cable. You see the cable, it broke to 61.85, 84. If this red line stays firm at the close, indeed we may see tomorrow we may see 62.30. That is why we need to long into weakness. If tomorrow's news will be really bad, you see the cable can drop 100 pips in a minute. But yet again, we are in uptrend. We can use it to our advantage. We can long it because overall fundamentals for UK are outstanding. So prior to entering any shorts, I would like to see 62.30. Then I can think about entering short mode on cable, right? It's really, you see, it's trying to go up, above 61.84. Very, very obvious, right? Okay, if you don't have any further questions, then we can finish with this session recap. And tomorrow we will see what will happen. So major news releases to watch for are Aussie 330 for all of you who can be that late or that early. I'm not sure I will be. I think I will be sleeping when it's 3:30. It's too late for me. But 10:30 I won't miss it. I will be looking further to it. I don't suggest trying to trade GBP until tomorrow, because there will be probably a range, and now there is no volatility to move the pair. So just wait for the news. Okay, guys, thank you for being with me. I will be publishing my analysis tomorrow morning for dollars. So for all of you who shorted into 35.50, well done. Well done. That was the analysis for today. But for tomorrow, we'll be sure looking to buy the dips on euro, to buy the dips on cable, and to sell the rallies on Aussie. And good day to you all, guys, and many, many green pips to you. Me and Chris will speak to you on Thursday. Bye-bye, and talk to you in a few days.